Hey everyone, AYBL Main here, and I'm back to continue my series of the top 5 albums for every year since I've been born. We're rolling up in 1983 here. That puts me at year 15 for those years. And first on my list is kind of got debated these quite a bit but I actually have my first real 80s rock here, and that I have Def Leppard's Pyromania. I definitely dig Rock of Ages. It's kind of that authentic hard rock, my age specific type of rock song. And it's also got Photograph, which I really like. So Def Leppard Pyromania makes a top 5 appearance right here. Also in my top 5 is the Police Synchronicity. Very, very, very solid album. Very important album, I think. Every Breath You Take is such a great song. It's also got my favorite song by the Police on it, and The King of Pain, and Wrapped Around Your Finger is also on this album. So Synchronicity is definitely a must-have here. Also in my top 5 is Tom Waits' Swordfishtrombones. Talk about a brassy, textured album. It is. It makes me feel like I'm in the early morning cities of New York or Chicago, and the types of textures that it kind of creates. And Tom's voice is this sullen mix of jazz and blues, and I always really liked his albums. In the Neighborhood is a song that comes to mind that is really good. Also, Gin Soaked Boy I really liked. So definitely you should check out that album if you get a chance. Also in my top 5 is Men at Work's Cargo album. It's their second album. I'm a big Men at Work fan from earlier when I talked about Business as Usual. Cargo has my favorite Men at Work song on it, and Overkill. Colin Hay does a cover of his own song, but he does it acoustically. One of his solo albums, and Overkill is fantastic when he did that, and also was featured in a couple episodes of Scrubs, because I know that Zach Bronf is a huge Colin Hay fan as well. So Cargo, it's also got Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde on there. So it's kind of a fun album to listen to. But my number one album for that year is REM's Murmur. REM is probably my favorite band of all time. I have all of their studio albums. I have most of them on album. Some of them are just on CD. But this is their debut album with IRS Records. It is like the epitome of jangle pop. It features, the lead-off track is Radio Free Europe, which is widely considered probably the best alternative rock song of the 80s. It also features Perfect Circle, Laughing, Sitting Still, Talk About the Passion, some great tracks on there. REM, my number one album for 1983 for that particular year. So the album that everybody said I would love, but I actually didn't, it was kind of odd, because I like Eurythmics, but I listened to Eurythmics' Touch album, and I really didn't care for it all that much. I mean, I like their sound, but nothing jumped out at me from the album that said hit, and something that was going to make me say, yeah, I got to re-listen to this album. I got to go back and go back and go back. There wasn't anything there. It had the Eurythmic sounds that you think you're going to have, and it was very much just an album of the time. It was very synth heavy, and that was about it. I didn't really think anything jumped out at me. So please leave your comments below. Throw some shade my way if you didn't like any of my picks, or you get your own top 5. Please list them. It'd be nice if you hit that subscribe button. That'd be okay, but you can just like the video if you want. I don't really push those kinds of things. I'm kind of just doing this for myself. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys have a good day. I'll catch up with you soon.